everybody, it's Michelle and I've got a salad recipe for you guys today that I think you're going to love. This salad is really important to me. It played a big role in getting me through some health issues, and it ended up being actually one of my favorites. So as you guys know, I'm a strong believer in an acquired taste. If you don't like something but you need it for your health, just give it a chance. Keep trying it. You'll find a way to like it, or you'll learn to like it. And I did exactly that with chicken livers. So I was severely anemic and I needed to build back up my iron. I ended up at a very healthy level and I didn't even take any iron supplements or anything like that. I did it all through food sources, and one of the best sources of iron is chicken liver. Now, previously I did not like chicken liver. I didn't even want to give it a try. I hated the texture. So I thought, okay, if I need that for my health, I'm going to find a way to use it. So I decided I would chop them up in small bits, crisp them up, and turn them into sort of like bacon bits on a salad. That worked beautifully. I really loved it that way. It was a nice crunch. So what I did was I just went to KFC and I bought some fried chicken livers. And like I said, I really like the chicken livers now, but I'm going to show you guys how I made myself like them in the beginning. So I'm just going to chop these up. Now I don't want to dry them out completely, but I do want them small enough that they turn into a little crunchy bit. And as you can see, that's quite a lot of chicken livers. So I'm going to spray my pan here with a little bit of extra virgin olive oil spray. This is just the pan from out of my air fryer oven. I just lined it with foil and spritzed it a little bit there. And I'm just going to rake all this back onto that pan. One more spritz of that olive oil. And I'm just going to pop these into my air fryer oven on reheat, which heats at 280 degrees for about 6 minutes. Just watch them, depending on how small you cut them. Whenever they look good and crispy, go ahead and take them out. So there they are, nice and crispy out of the air fryer. We're going to set those aside to cool a little bit while we build our salad. For my greens, I'm just using baby spinach because any dark leafy green like that is going to be richer in iron for you. Next, I'm adding in pickled beets. These are really great for blood building as well. They were whole in the jar and I just cut them in half. Some of them quartered if they were a little larger. And I'm using a half a cup of those. I have really come to love chicken livers and pickled beets. I never would have thought it. So now I'm going to add in some Mandarin oranges. These are just canned Mandarin oranges, packed in water, no sugar added. And not only are oranges and beets a great combination, but any citrus fruit or anything high in vitamin C really helps your body to absorb iron. So that's playing an important role in this salad for blood building. And I've got a half a cup of those also. Okay, so normally this is where you would add probably some crumbled feta or a creamy cheese element like that, which is delicious and goes great on this salad. But in the interest of blood building, you don't want to add calcium because calcium will block your body's absorption of the iron. You want to keep your calcium intake about 2 hours before and 2 hours after your iron-rich foods. That way you don't block that absorption. So to replace our creamy element, instead of the cheese, I'm going to be using garbanzo beans or chickpeas, whichever you like to call them. They are nice and creamy and it adds that element, and they're also very rich in iron. So that was 1/3 of a cup. And now I'm going to add over my chicken liver bits. And this makes a really big salad. You could have this for supper and definitely not walk away hungry. So for another crunchy element over the top, I'm adding pumpkin seeds. And they are also very rich in iron, just like everything in this salad. and I've got 1/8 of a cup or 2 tablespoons of those. So now that's our salad, and I'm going to set that aside while we start our dressing. Okay, so to go along with the orange component and to add a little more of that vitamin C to help absorb our iron, I'm going to be making a creamy orange vinaigrette, and it goes so well on this salad. So I've got some homegrown parsley and chives, and I've got 1 clove of garlic. I'm just going to rough chop that. We're going to whiz it up in a little blender here in a minute, so it doesn't need to be too finely chopped. So now I'm going to chop up my chives and parsley. I went out to the patio this morning and cut these from my container garden. Okay, so there's our herbs and our garlic. Set that over here while I pull in my little blender. And this is just one of those little personal smoothie size blenders. And I chose that because it has this small little blender cup here, and that's perfect for making some dressing in. And I looked online, I wasn't able to find exactly this one, but I found one that's almost identical, and I'll leave you guys a link below. It's really inexpensive and they're great to have on hand. They've got a lot of other handy little attachments and things. I use them for grinding spice mixtures and so many other things, but in this case it's really good to emulsify the vinaigrette. You can put it into a mason jar with a good lid that you can shake it, but that really, you have to shake it like crazy, and I'd rather just whiz it up in this little blender. So first off, I'm starting with 1/3 of a cup of orange juice. Now we're making a regular size batch. This is not all going to go on the one salad. This would probably be enough dressing for you to have on your salads all throughout the week. So then I'm going to use avocado oil, and I'm putting in 1/4 of a cup of that. One tablespoon of raw honey, and that avocado oil in there is going to help keep my honey from sticking to the measuring cup as well. 1/2 tablespoon or 1½ teaspoons of Dijon mustard, and I'm going to add 1/2 tablespoon of mayonnaise as well. And this is the creamy element that really turns that into more of a creamy vinaigrette. And for my acid, I'm going to add 1 tablespoon of raw apple cider vinegar, my clove of garlic, and you can add in the fresh parsley and chives here too if you want, but I like to add those in after so that I can still see them and they don't get too blended up. So now I'm going to put about 3-4 good grounds of pink Himalayan salt, and it was about 7 grinds of black pepper. And now with the help of my little blender, it's going to be so easy to just blend that up and get it so well emulsified. Just twist that top on, and that goes right on here, and when you twist it, it turns it on. And look how creamy. And now one of the things I really love about these little blenders is after you take off the blade attachment, they come with little lids that you can just twist on there and just store that in the refrigerator right in the container you mixed it in. But before we do that, I'm going to go ahead and add in my fresh herbs. I'm going to go ahead and put on this one with that little rubber seal and shake that up. Like I said, you can blend it up too if you want, but I like that I can still see those little flecks of green in there. I don't want it completely pureed. And now I'm going to measure out probably a couple tablespoons and pour that over. And I really think that you guys will like this salad. I really love it. Like I said, it's become one of my most favorite salads, and I've even come to love the chicken livers without turning them into little crispy bits. I'll include the recipes for both the salad and the vinaigrette on screen at the end of the video for you guys as well. So you guys, let me know what you think of it. I hope you give it a try. Don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel. Give me a like over on my Facebook page, and be sure to join our Facebook group, Healthy Minds and Bodies. Also, follow me on Pinterest and Instagram, and don't forget to visit my blog. I'll have all of those listed in the description below, so be sure and check them out. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.